Yeah. This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Let's go.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
We wished a happy birthday to our Premier, Mark McGowan,
We
today.
did. I don't think you appreciate it.
Oh, not the last bit anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so I got a quote for a job, okay, at my apartment building, and it was unbelievable. We get people to tell us the job that was at hand, and then we have a guess of how much the job was being charged.
Not only that, Nathan, we hear from a guy called George who justifies it. I think it gets everyone fired
Yes.
up.
Tradies, I think, will be really pissed about it.
I agree. Yeah.
Could go either way, couldn't it? Plus, Nathan stayed in a delightful place in Kalgoorlie.
Cheap as chips.
Talks us through that.
And also, a lot of people getting stuck with travel and the airports at the moment, including our friend Nathan.
Hello.
So we talk about that.
Hello. There he is.
Hello.
There he is.
Just got in. Flight was delayed.
This is Nathan, Nat and Sean.
All right, guys, want to talk about quotes for jobs.
Sure.
Now, we are novices and pretty stupid, so we don't really know too much about
Looking
how
at
much
you,
things should
McManus.
be costing when a quote comes across
Yes.
from you know?
Yes.
So at our apartment block, the bin door room, right? So this is just the bin door.
Well, this is your domain as bin monitor,
Thank
obviously.
you so much. There was a simple hook and latch. As you would find on a caravan, here's...
Have you got a picture for me?
Yeah. Simple hook and latch.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So that needed to be replaced because it
It
snapped.
broke. Yeah, right. Okay. Because someone was desperate to get into the bin room or to get out of the bin room.
No, I don't know why. I don't know because I'm the only one that's really ever...
Yeah,
the
and it wasn't-
bins.
yet it
Oh,
wasn't
and
you.
Shane and Marnie.
So that's pretty easy, and I'm going to say it. I could do that.
Yep.
So it just requires a couple of screws.
Yep. So, and the screws
At
are
each
already
bit?
in there.
Sure.
Okay, so the wall plugs are already in there because there was a latch
drilling,
there
yeah. Oh, okay,
before.
yeah,
So
right.
it's literally unscrewing and then
Yes.
putting a new one on.
So a new latch and a screwdriver is all that's required.
Bunnings, you can buy the one that we needed for $11.34.
Okay.
All right. So
Plus
our,
labour.
Our strata company, they got us a quote for this job from a building specialist company. Now,
So they would have a maintenance company that they
They would.
use all the
That'd go
time.
to.
Yeah.
yeah. All right. So I'm going to. I've told you the job. It's a
Okay.
bin and latch hook for a bin door. The holes are already pre-drilled. The latch is under $12.
Under $12. Okay, so $12. You got to. Do they charge
Call out fee.
It's going to take
Minimum
5,
labour
6
charge. Yeah, it doesn't matter though because they would charge a minimum.
Well, if they're going to charge you $100 for coming out, I don't know if people go that hard. Is it going to cost you $112?
So what's
Oh no, I'm going to say more. I would say
so do what you think the job should be. So don't try and shoot like
Yeah, no.
No,
Okay,
no,
the
but-
job should be.
Oh, well-
I'll do it for $25, but really,
Oh no,
$50.
I would think there's going to be a minimum call out that the
Yes,
travel
there would
time and
be.
that sort of thing. You're looking at probably 150.
That's still
higher.
no.
Well, in
just
this
tried
day and age with labour shortages and whatever,
No,
and,
but it's
and
a latch.
difficult.
It's going to take you a minute.
No, but you've gotta pay-
The materials cost you $12 max.
Yeah, but there's other people that will pay you more to do bigger jobs.
But it's kind of one of those jobs where you go, yep, I'm going to swing past on the way to another
Yeah.
job, and like I'm swinging past. No,
Yeah. I mean, did you?
Like a toilet stop.
Did they offer them $50 cash?
All right.
I would say if higher than what did I say? 150.
Yeah.
So, well, 250.
Higher.
If it's more than 500, they obviously run the Plaza
I can't
Hotel
play
as well.
because it's stupid. Like
That's
it's
just
stupid
good,
that
though.
you're coming out. with
Okay,
these
so it's higher than
numbers.
250. What more would you be willing to pay for that?
I wouldn't be willing to play, but I'm going to say, well, surely it's under $350.
Higher.
Oh no way! Are you shitting me? Is that right?
Is it more than $1,000, Nathan? Okay, just checking. Just checking. We didn't know how long this game was
So
going to
we're
go
at
for.
350 right now.
So we're between 350 and 1,000, Sean.
All right. Okay, let's go to the $500 mark, and that's just ridiculous, obviously.
Lower.
Oh, well, now we feel like we're getting a bargain.
Oh, okay, $400.
Higher.
$473.
Higher.
$496.
Lower.
$484.
Higher.
$490.
Higher.
I'd be $489.
$495.
For some reason.
$495 for an $11.42 latch.
Natalie, come on down.
Thank you. What do I win? A new door latch.
Out of control.
$495. I wrote back to the strata company. Am I reading this right?
Is there a decimal in the wrong point?
$495 to put a latch on the door in the bin room? I will go to Bunnings, buy a new hook and latch and do it myself. And people, that's exactly what I did.
There it is, fixed.
There is the hook and the latch on the door. It took me 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes.
Because the hole's already drilled.
And
Yes.
yeah.
The plug's already in.
So all you need is a screwdriver to screw the new one on.
490.
I hope you build them for your time, Nathan, at your hourly rate.
This is
Jeez.
unbelievable.
Travel stress can take a hike.
With lots of fully refundable hotels, whatif.com has got you covered.
Just remember, booking cancellation windows apply.
So go on, relax and book your next trip with confidence at whatif.com.
What if? It's Aussie for travel.
We get it. Things are expensive these days, but $495 for replacing a less than $12 latch on a door seems a bit off.
Especially when there's no drilling or anything required. This has happened in my bin room with the quote that we got back. We just had a caller call through and said, have a go. They were a bit upset and said that is a valid quote.
Can that person ring back? Because I'd like to see. I want to hear a justification for it.
Because I get that there's a call out fee
Me too.
and that
I'm fine
travel
with the
time,
call-out
all the
fee.
rest of it, but $500 to put in
it took
something
me under
that
5 minutes to be able to unscrew it and then screw it back in. A simple latch and hook.
and they're getting you paid retail. He's getting trade prices.
That's a very good point.
Kirsty's in Mandurah. Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Hi,
Kirsty.
Okay, to run us through the task that you got the quote for, and we'll try and guess how much. Okay, tell us.
Okay, so we moved house recently, literally around the corner from Mariners Cove to Medora Bay, and we moved everything ourselves with one of those little thrifty trucks.
Mm-hmm.
So much fun. We decided to hire someone to move our trampoline.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
dismantle it, move it, and put it back together.
Okay, so
Like
dismantle a
in a down
trampoline, move it. What's the distance in kilometres?
Like, what, 10 kilometres max?
Okay.
Okay,
most?
10 kilometres and then reassemble it.
Right.
Well, any
Yeah.
dad who's
Can
had
I
to
say, I'll put
assemble
one up.
on
Horrendous.
Christmas Eve,
Horrendous Christmas Eve.
Yeah,
I mean, Santa,
it's
I don't know
not
why
easy.
Santa didn't
Yeah.
put together himself.
Now, did this this quote, did this come from like an air tasker situation or was it like
it was like a removalist.
Okay.
All
right.
Yeah, just a
So
normal
they
removalist.
and they offer this as a service. It's one of the regular things they do.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
We
So
didn't end up
Kirst-
going with them, though.
I'm trying to
this
think.
is in their wheelhouse.
Yeah, I've
Yes.
been through this, and there's nothing worse than putting together a trampoline and or taking one down.
Yeah,
There is
that's right.
nothing
Yeah,
worse.
but unless
So
it's in
what's
your
the monetary
wheelhouse,
value?
Sean. Unless it's in your wheelhouse, because this is a service that they offer. It's like those people that do flat pack furniture
'Cause they enjoy it.
They can do it. So I'm going to say for that job. Okay, so it's only 4 kilometres. You're going to pack
10.
down the 10 kilometres. You're going to pack down the trampoline. You're going to take. I'm going to say, look, I would probably think $120.
No.
Oh no, it's way more than that.
Are you kidding me?
More
Way
than
more than that.
Really?
Oh,
Yes, you can't get
Okay.
anyone to do
Okay.
anything
All
for
right,
$120.
I'll amend that. So 200? Is that?
I'm going to
I
say
would never
I would
pay
say
$200 is a
500.
gift.
500.
I'd
Yeah,
say
500
500 all day. It's a trampoline.
okay,
man.
just under 500.
Yeah, yeah.
How much was it? Sorry. It's
Just
under.
just under.
$400.
Yeah, 400.
You can buy a new trampoline for that.
Yeah.
And get them to deliver.
don't
You
know.
can buy a new trampoline for
think
that.
they
Get
are.
somebody an air tasker to put it together for you for $500.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that straight out.
Yeah, so we ended up doing it ourselves, and I think it took us in total an hour, like
Yeah.
10, 15 minutes to
I know,
take
but a
it apart,
removalist
move
don't
it
do
across.
anything for an
That's
hour.
bloody
You'd have to
good.
pay a 2-hour minimum.
Oh.
Kirsty, it took
Yeah.
me way more than an hour to put one up. I can tell you that. So you do,
Yeah, but
you're taking
you're
one down and
Sean.
putting one up.
Come on, mate. It takes you more than an hour to put your pants on if Megan's not helping.
The drawstring
Thank
too.
you, Kirsty.
The drawstring got me.
Gail's in Bateman. Hello, Gail.
Hi.
Hi,
Okay.
Gail.
Gail. All right, Gail, give us the job.
To replace a fluoro light
Yep.
in a footy room.
Okay.
Just a fluoro light. Doesn't matter what room it is, I guess.
Yeah.
Just a fluoro
Yeah.
light.
Yep. Just
Okay.
a fluoro
So
light.
one fluoro light. So there was a fluoro light there. They're taking that out and putting a new fluoro light in. Or are you saying just replacing the globe?
Yeah, replace the globe.
All right.
Oh, that's an unscrew job. And
Yeah,
just,
you've got to take the covering
Yeah.
off.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's going to be an electrician, right?
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so an electrician's going to come around. An electrician's call out fee. What is it? $80 or more?
Oh, no,
Do you
it's
think?
probably about
But,
120.
Yeah, but what?
they they said they would do it for a carton of beer plus materials. So I dropped off a carton of beer.
Okay, all right. So you dropped
So
off a
now we're
carton
just
of beer.
talking the
So we're just
materials.
talking about the materials, which is a fluorescent tube. I don't know. I don't have anyone.
$30?
Yeah, $30 maybe.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
$30.
more than that.
$30.
No.
$100. $100.
No.
Higher.
But you dropped like a
Higher.
carton of beer.
Okay, so we
Yes,
paid
I
for the
did.
beer, and we've $150 plus a carton of beer.
No.
Higher.
$250 plus a carton of beer.
No, a lot higher.
A lot higher.
$400 plus a carton of beer.
A lot higher.
$500 plus a carton of beer.
Higher.
$600 plus a carton of beer.
A lot higher.
Gail?
$800. Was it more than $1,000, Gail?
No. It ended up, I got the bill, so I have to pay $767.
Gail,
Plus a carton of beer.
So are they alleging that was the cost of materials? Was $780?
The bill came and it said replaced four fluoro lights. So they replaced all the globes.
Yeah.
Okay, I can take that. But charged me for 3 hours work.
Oh.
But they said that was included. They'd do it for
Did you ask for the beer back?
I would have.
I have, and I'm still waiting.
Oh my God.
The Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
We are talking about when you get the quote for something and it seems like a bit of a simple job and you go, that seems like a lot of money for that job.
Yeah, and we can't justify it. And,
No.
and the thing,
Well, we're not tradies.
We're
so,
not
yeah.
tradies, so we don't know the prices of things. We've gotten a call from George. Hello, George.
Hi there, how's it going?
Good,
Hey,
George.
good, George.
Now, George, so I'm going to talk about the job that I was quoted for again, okay? So there is a room that has our bins in it, and it was a broken hook and latch.
So it's just a latch to keep the door open, essentially.
Yep. It's just under $12 from Bunnings. The holes had already been pre-drilled in there, so all that needed to be done was someone to use a screwdriver, detach the hook and latch, and then screw the new one on. That quote
Which
came
took
back
5 minutes.
Yeah,
if
under
that.
5 minutes. That quote came back at $495. Now, am I right to believe that you can justify that quote?
I believe we can, yeah.
Okay,
Tell me everything.
take it away, George.
But first of all, he's never seen the job, so he's got to come out, have a look what he's got to get, and then he's got to drive all the way to Bunnings, find the part, drive all the way back, and then fit it.
But, so wait there, George, can I just stop you there? The photos have been sent of the job.
Yeah.
Right?
He doesn't know the size.
Oh, you could
No,
measure it.
you can. That's quite a simple question.
Yeah.
You know, like what size?
You don't
is it?
have to look at that to know that. You could just say...
And to be honest, the hook and latch, they're all a standard sized hole. So basically, when you're looking at the hook that you use for it, the holes are the right size.
And
Because
also,
I went and got the
Bunnings
black.
is just around the corner as well.
But let's say, Nath, that
Yes.
that is the key. Goes, I've seen all the pictures,
Yep.
but just for my
Yes.
own mental state, I want to have a look at that right
Yep.
and then go
no
to
worries.
Bunnings.
Sorry,
So
keep going, George. Keep going. Sorry.
Yeah, so, all right, you say, we've shown you the pictures, he goes to Bunnings, gets one, comes back, it doesn't fit. Where does he justify adding time on to that once he's given you a quote? Well, to cover himself.
Yeah, so he's got to go in high, assuming that there might be that sort of issue.
What?
But do you assume that's going to happen with every single job?
You have to.
Yeah, but so that's the quote. So we would have to have paid that invoice. So
Yes.
you're saying that we have to pay an extreme amount of money for somebody
In
because
case there's a mistake.
they do something that takes a bit more time.
This guy has to earn his living, and at the end of the day, he might only have 2 jobs a day.
Well, this isn't a
so
guy.
he's
This is
small- he's small job
this is a
business,
company. This is
Yeah,
this is
I
an
mean, it's
actual
probably a small
building
maintenance company, but
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
yeah.
George, on this, so you would be inclined to charge someone a higher rate just in case there's a mistake. So if you do it and it's no mistake, you would go, oh, Nath, I've done the job.
Let's say
I'm gonna-
$350. Yeah. Are you going to then
It's a,
reduce the
no,
quote?
it's a quoted job. It's a quoted job. If you want to pay me to come out on a do and charge, then that's a different matter. You
Yeah.
pay purely for my time and what I do. I'll give you an example, right?
Yes,
Okay,
okay.
great.
You think that this is bad.
Yeah, I
I
do.
used to
I
work
think
for
this is
large-
horrendous. Can I just say that? I just think this is horrendous, but I'm listening.
I used to work for a large telco,
Yes.
and they had a rate for people who weren't on paying a maintenance contract,
Yeah.
right? So I was called out one day, went to site, walked in, pressed one button, did the paperwork and walked out,
Yes.
how much do you think they were charged? This was
Okay.
20 years ago.
Okay, this is
20 years
exciting.
ago.
All right. So I'm going to start at, so you knew that was the job, or that was just surprisingly the job?
I was told they had a problem.
You need to make a solution. You walked in there, worked out how easy it was.
Yeah, and it turned out that solution was ridiculously easy.
All right, so
Yeah.
say
And this is 20 years ago.
20 years ago. Okay, so $150,
Nope.
$250.
Keep going.
$500.
No, $350.
Yeah. $350 to walk in,
And
press
that's
a button,
20
walk out.
years ago.
Yeah.
So are you saying the extortion then justifies the extortion now?
No. What I'm saying is that at the end of the day, you're in business to make money. You know, we're not amateurs who can get a screwdriver out and,
Well, literally,
Well, I am.
Nathan did it. So, yeah, I mean, the skill set required for this gig wasn't that high.
I know a lot of the times, George, that people go,
Yes.
I'm going to put an inflated price on there because I can't be bothered doing it.
Yes.
If they accept it, they accept it. If
Yeah.
they don't, they don't. So I totally get that because
Yes.
you don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if there's plenty of other work around, then
But you can't ring us and tell us that you're going to
You're factoring in buying the wrong thing.
What are you talking about?
Because then you would, to justify the price, go there and buy the wrong thing. So it's basically saying, I'm going to rock up and 90% sure I'm going to make a mistake because it's in my best interest because I've quoted you a higher job.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's not the case. I mean, the case is he's basically taken insurance on himself. He's got to do the job. Why would he waste his own time to try and make it look right? He's not going to. If he can get it done quickly, he's going to get off and do another job.
Yeah, but you just said he's already given me a quote that's going to have to be paid. So you would, in your best interest, to be able to. So if we had mistakenly said yes to this job, it's his best interest to rock up, and so we don't complain about the fact that he did something that lives 5 minutes. Is go back and forth and get the wrong latch several times, so you can turn around and go, oh well, we just didn't know the size of the latch, and it was a hard job to justify the price because you've said that already.
I hate to have to tell you this.
Yeah.
I hate to have to tell you this, but he doesn't have to justify the price. You have to pay it. End of story.
Well, that's why I didn't. And I spent 5 minutes and $12 and did it myself.
But if people are prepared to pay the price and they get away with it,
We appreciate
Thank you, George. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. And whenever we don't know the answer or something, George, please ring us and tell us. I loved your accent.
Yeah,
Love your
thanks,
accent.
George.
He's going to
Can't do.
invoice us, though. You know,
Yeah, I know.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean.
Let's go to Darren in Byford. Hi, Darren.
Hi there.
Hi, Darren.
All right,
All right,
Darren.
Darren. So tell us what the job is.
The job is plumbing in a new Vandangle $2,500 fridge in my kitchen.
Oh, is it one of the
Okay.
ones with the
Water
fancy
and
ice maker?
plumbing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, firstly, Darren, congratulations.
yes.
You've made it.
Yeah,
yeah,
you
yeah.
wealthy man.
That's a sign that you've made it
Yeah.
in the world.
Darren, I've had someone do this and I've also done it myself.
You didn't plumb in a
You
fridge.
didn't plumb anything.
No,
you
we're not
connected
talking
a
about the
hose
plumb-
to a tap?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, but
Darren,
that's what I
are
do.
you getting the plumbing actually put in, or is it literally someone attaching the hose to the tap?
No, it's getting plumbed in.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
that's a specialist plumbing job.
Okay,
So
okay.
specialist plumbing job. All right. So that
and
means.
you've already shown how wealthy you are by having a fancy fridge.
Oh, I mean, ice maker,
So-
Darren.
Yeah.
Hello. Are
I
you
know.
single?
Look at it.
Darren, it's going to be plus $350 as a minimum.
Okay, it's gonna be more than that.
Okay, so
Yeah,
let's start with Sean's $350, Darren.
Okay, a bit higher than that.
Bit higher.
Yeah.
So $450.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, quite a bit higher. To be
Quite a bit
Okay,
higher.
so $580.
No,
Higher.
More.
the fridge was $2,500.
I know, but then the
So the plumbing. So
in
how much
part,
was the
I'm
plumbing?
just trying to think what that would be.
More than the fridge.
More than the
More
fridge.
than the fridge. $3,000.
A little tiny bit higher than that.
$3,100.
One more?
$3,200.
Yeah.
Did the plumber move in? Like, how long was he there for?
No, he didn't get the job.
Oh, he didn't get the job.
Oh, he didn't get the job.
But
Okay,
what
so-
was the issue? Is it the plumbing had to be connected from a long way
Yeah, so you
away?
have to
Yeah,
change
or is it
something.
like you was the ground heavy granite? What was it?
I have no idea. Maybe
Okay.
I think it was George that quoted it, to be fair.
Hey, Darren, when you got the job done, what did you actually pay when someone else came and did the job?
$150.
Get out. You didn't, Darren.
I did.
Well, there you go.
That's
Oh,
amazing.
all right. That was so
Thank
good.
you.
All right.
Thank you, Darren.
Let's finish off with Cameron from Port Kennedy. Hello, Cameron.
Hey guys, how you going?
Good,
Yeah,
Cam.
good, Cam. Good,
What's
Cam.
the job?
Well, I had a bit of a crap day the other week. I on the way to work, and that was driving up Lees Murdy Road, and a flatbed truck zoomed past and hit a bump. Off comes a bolt straight onto the windscreen.
Oh,
So,
cracked
yeah,
windscreen.
yeah, mate, all the way up too. So, first thing you do is jump on the blower,
Yeah.
get a quote.
Yeah.
Almost fell over, mate. 80-cent bolt. What do you reckon the first quote was?
Okay. So this is to
Sorry.
replace the windscreen, yeah?
Replace the windscreen.
The
Yeah.
front windscreen.
It doesn't matter
So
what
it's an
did you
insurance
damage.
job.
Insurance job. All right. So you know you don't you get like free windscreens?
Yeah, you do
and
get
stuff
free
like that?
windscreen
Okay.
ones,
So
yeah.
say
Yeah.
so say then
I
knowing that.
shoot the gauntlet. No insurance.
Oh.
So I had to
Oh,
pay
okay.
for that.
All right. Well, why don't you live dangerously?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay, so, all
All
right.
right. So say okay.
$500 for a
No,
windscreen.
windscreen.
what's a windscreen cost?
I don't
first
know.
of all, so it's gotta be, not gonna
if
be
I'm
cheap.
going to buy a windscreen, I would think a windscreen will cost me. I don't know. I've never bought one. $350.
Oh, I see. I think like $700 for the windscreen.
For a windscreen?
Yes.
Oh, I kind of was
like a
with
whole
Nathan.
windscreen.
I was with you, mate.
It's just like, but it's not like.
It's not a pane
I
of
suppose
glass.
sunglasses are super expensive.
Exactly.
Aren't they?
Look how tiny they are.
That's a good point.
All right, Cameron. Let's start
So
with
then-
mine. So
and
let's say $300. $500.
Yeah, a little bit higher than that, mate.
Yeah, so I reckon like at least $700 for the windscreen itself, and then it's got to be fitted. So I'm going to say $1,200.
Well, that's a good pair of sunnies.
Ooh, a bit less than that.
Bit less than that.
So $1,000, $1,100.
Nah, it's still under that, mate.
So under that.
well, we reckon that's reasonable.
Great. All right, $800, $900, $900.
Just under.
Just under 900. So what?
For a full
so,
windscreen replacement.
so you could buy a windscreen and have a windscreen replaced. That's how much.
Did
it
they
costs.
come to your house and do it, or did you have to go to them?
Funny enough, they actually wanted me to go to them, but I did actually. It was $870 was the quote.
Yeah.
But I actually made another phone call. The next phone call I made, $250. I'll come to you.
Oh,
That seems so cheap.
that is a bargain.
Did it fit?
Is it?
The difference of $620.
I know. Is it made of Glad wrap? What is that?
Mate, all glass is made out of sand, and we're surrounded by beaches.
Yeah, that's true. And I guess
Cameron.
you could get
All
a.
glass is made by sound. We're surrounded
Sand,
by
Yeah.
beaches.
Did you get like a one from the Wreckers? Is that how you did it so cheap, or was it a brand new
I
windscreen?
don't know. Maybe I got Armadale sand instead of Dalkeith sand. I don't know.
You're listening to Nathan, Nat and Sean.
I want to talk about extortion. And I think a lot of us are facing these situations at the moment because of, I don't know if it's COVID but we are being price gouged unbelievably. And it happened to me when I was in Kalgoorlie.
Nathan,
Now,
supply and demand, probably.
It is
Yes.
supply and
Well, it is.
demand.
And labour shortage is the
In
other
Kalgoorlie at the moment, there is this huge mining project going on, which means there's an influx of miners. Now, that, in correlation with the rental crisis...
Miners and their parents, or just...
No, just miners, just children working in
bunch of
mines,
children.
Sean, which is what we call
Yeah.
school in Kalgoorlie.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's how that
Oh, the
industry got
School of
ahead.
Mines.
It is.
School of
School
Mines.
of Mines, Sean. We all, in our first day, got given our budgies in our cages. We all know if the budgie dies, run for your life.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So anyway, it's a great education. But so all the miners would usually fly back to Perth and live in rentals and stuff
Yes.
that they get here. But of course, they can't get
Yeah,
rentals at
there's
the
a
moment.
rental squeeze, yeah.
So what's happening is the mining companies, because of the amount of miners that they need to work on these new projects, are booking every single piece of accommodation in Kalgoorlie. You cannot get Airbnb. You cannot get a hotel room anywhere. I happened to snag one, as you know, I went up for Maureen's funeral.
Yes.
Happened to snag a couple of rooms for mum, dad and myself at the Plaza Hotel.
Wow, sounds fancy.
No, the Plaza.
It's the Plaza.
No, the Plaza,
Yeah, the Plaza.
Plaza.
The
So it's like the New York
The Plaza.
There we go. The Plaza.
Yeah, the
Okay.
Plaza. Anyway, the rooms at the Plaza, right? And we're not talking about a suite. We're talking about a room, right?
In Kalgoorlie.
$429 a night.
One room.
$429 a night.
Was there a robe?
For a room. There was no robe.
Was there a balcony?
A spa.
There was a balcony with two seats that were way too close with each other, and the balcony wasn't really made for humans to sit out on. But yes, there was a balcony. I will give it that.
Yeah, so it's a spa, like ensuite, spectacular bathroom.
No,
A
just a
view
little
of
bathroom.
the Kalgoorlie wonders.
Well, yeah. The eighth wonder of the world, Hannon Street.
A giant hole.
The iron, when you would use the iron for your
you
pants.
got an iron.
The iron would, all the metal on the iron would come off on your pants.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah,
then,
that's fun.
so then I had to try and wash my pants with a flannel before.
And then look like you peed yourself.
Thingo. So then I went to mum and dad's room, grabbed their iron, and then went to iron my white linen shirt, in which a big pool of brown water came out.
Look how
onto
nice
that.
it looks.
So luckily I had, so that's it there.
So we're looking at the plaza. Okay.
Yeah. And I want to say right now,
Can
the
you show me a
staff,
room?
the staff were lovely, right? Yeah, that's basically the room.
Oh, see, that's all right.
No, my room wasn't that big.
No, I wouldn't have thought so. That's
No.
not bad.
I didn't have a separate room, but that's basically what you're looking at, right?
So it's
It's your
clean
basic
as, but
hotel room,
400
essentially.
What, Nate?
$429. And Johnny, at the moment, he's gone to Melbourne, and just before he went to Melbourne, we decided to look at accommodation and stuff for him. He could get a room at the Savoy for $287 that had a separate lounge room. It is unbelievable what you're paying for this place. But when we rock up there, right, the elevator was broken. And which meant that you had to walk up 4 flights of stairs to get to your room.
How did
So
Marlene
your
go
mum
with
with
her
her
dodgy
knees?
knees?
Not well. And
Did you have to carry her, like, bodyguard style?
can I show you the stairs?
Yes, please.
These are the stairs. The stairs weren't the recommended normal dimensions
Oh.
for stairs as well. So walking there just normally was very difficult to
Yes.
try and get the sense of the stairs. These are the internal stairs.
I mean, how many people were murdered on those stairs, do you
Oh,
think?
my God.
Explain
got-
it.
Like, they're concrete.
It's like a concrete
or is that
board. It's a
carpet?
board.
No. That's
What is that?
wood. That's
a board,
That's
yes,
like
a board.
sleeper.
They're like sleepers
sleepers.
on top of bricks. What?
Sleepers.
It's the worst staircase I've ever seen.
I mean, and surely that's the fire escape, and they've made the fire escape out of wood. Like, that doesn't seem like a good idea.
Yeah, the thing is, I was apparently on the second floor, and then because of this whole elevator situation and stuff like that, they decided to upgrade me by putting me up on the 4th floor, which
Oh,
meant I had
that's
to
great.
walk up 2
Thank
more
you.
flights and then
Thank you.
shut the stairs.
Is Marlene still up there? 'Cause you couldn't get down the stairs.
It was so bad. So then I wanted to get the Wi-Fi password too, right? When I got to my room because it wasn't in the folder. So then I've gone to ring reception, and the phone's not working.
No,
So then
probably not even plugged in.
I've used with my mobile to ring reception and said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I've been trying to call reception on your
with
landlines here," and they said, "No, the phones aren't working." I said, "Can I get the Wi-Fi password?" And I said,
They went,
and they went, "Yeah, no worries." And then I said, sorry, why isn't it in the folder?" And they said, "Oh, for security reasons." I said, "But if you're in the room, you've passed all your security barriers to have the Wi-Fi password."
And, yeah,
I know,
unless they
and to
change
get
it very regularly.
Then to get it, I need to be able to call you. Yeah. Anyway,
No, you just run down the stairs and run back up
the
again.
staff were lovely. It is not their fault, but that is what you're paying for accommodation at the moment.
outrageous.
And I know a lot of people are doing it down south. I know a lot of people are just being extorted at the moment.
My thing up north was really expensive. It was in the 400 to stay a night, and I went the next day, and because we stayed an extra day, and they put us in another place, which is a smaller joint. They charged me the same price. I asked for a fold-out bed, and they said that's going to be $60. So they put
What? So did you get to take it home?
No. So get a load of this. So they put it in the room, and then I went off to the beach. I came back, and then Megan said, "No, only Sonny and Ollie are staying. Cooper and Lachlan are out
so
here."
we don't need it.
So
Yeah.
I went to the front desk, said, "I don't need that fold-out bed," and I said, "Are you still going to charge me for that?" And they said, "Well, given our T's and C's, it's inside 2 weeks of cancellation." I said, "No, it's still half an hour ago."
The fold-out bed is the cancellation of the fold-out bed has a fee.
No.
The team of 12 people to roll it back into the spare room
So
at
this
the
guy
place.
just walked in and he just grabbed the bed and just walked out.
Yeah,
That
$60.
was it.
Thanks for coming. What a rort. It's a rort.
Nathan, Nat and Sean in in podcast form.
First off, the Australian netball team are in town. They're having their last training camp ahead of the Com Games, which is in 3 weeks. Can you believe
Com
that?
Games are,
Wow.
yeah, they're very close.
Yeah, they are.
Less than 3 weeks, 2 weeks.
Yes.
28th of July they start.
Correct. Okay. So the girls are very worried about COVID leading up to such a big thing because none of them want to miss out. So Australia are going for their 4th Commonwealth Games gold medal. Last Com Games, they lost to England. I mean, New Zealand have always been our team.
Yes.
To play against, but they lost to
But England have lifted. You know what
52
happens?
to 51.
All those players come over here and play in the Suncorp Super Netball, and now they're really good as a result.
Yeah.
We're trading them up.
So we need
We
to
are.
freeze them out of
freeze them
losing
out.
the skills, which is full on because sometimes you need them to win the game. But if
Yeah, we don't want to challenge
to
them
do?
to win
What to
major
what to
medals,
do
no.
is the local comp more important than
I know.
Commonwealth gold? I don't know.
It's a big decision.
It's
isn't
a
it?
huge one, isn't it, Sean?
Yeah,
I
you're so
agree.
conflicted about this
Yeah,
So
netball issue,
conflicted
Nathan.
about it. I do want to say about the netballers, all the Commonwealth Game like athletes, and anyone that's going on a holiday right now, how terrified everyone is of getting COVID before
I know.
an event.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So especially, so many people are trying to like put itself in like their own mandatory lockdown.
Yes, a bubble.
Just in case they get something just before they go. It
That's
must be
what I was like
terrifying.
before I went. Like I
So
didn't
you
go.
just
I
didn't
didn't
do
go
anything?
out.
Yeah.
Like I did. Just didn't accept any invitations for that last week. But
You've
you're still
invested
not
so much.
guaranteed.
I mean,
yeah,
you're going
I know.
overseas and
Yeah.
everybody been wanting to do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And they're all in that boat at the moment. Manchester United and Liverpool played last night in Thailand, part of their way of working their way down to Australia. So people are selling their tickets for the Manchester United clash in Melbourne, though, at the moment because Cristiano Ronaldo is not in town. And he's saying that he wants to go and move on from Manchester
Yeah, he's
United,
done with Man
even
U,
though his
yeah.
contract.
So wait, we were promised that he was coming.
So the contract specifically says that he will grace the pitch at some stage, even if it's for a minute.
They promised us. He's going to see the Quokkas at Rottnest.
Yes.
They've promised
And
us.
also-
They've promised the Quokkas. The Quokkas will be furious.
What about his grandparents? Like Granny's not going to be happy if he just doesn't show up. Surely.
Yeah, I'm sure that he can organise a private jet, pick her up and bring her to him.
100%.
But okay, so really,
So that'll be interesting to see how that plays out. But, from his point of view, as if he could give two rats about coming to WA and playing in the
100%.
game. Like he couldn't
the
care
only thing we
less.
did have going for us is the fact that his grandparents
Yeah.
are here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And quokkas.
And Quokkas.
No one else can offer that.
Have you ever seen an angry quokka? This will be the first time
Yes.
ever. Imagine,
Curious.
you know what? They're usually smiling in their quokka selfies. They'll be pulling finger signs, be giving a brown eyes.
Famously love soccer, as we know.
Well,
They certainly
quokka.
do.
Natalie.
Oh,
They don't.
Nathan.
They do not like soccer.
Exactly.
They don't like it.
And finally, on a serious note, though, yesterday you would have seen on the news that Justin Longmuir and the Fremantle Football Club came out in solidarity against racism because Michael Walters and Michael Fredericks copped abuse after Fremantle beating St Kilda.
Outrageous.
So
You might
was
have
this
seen
abuse
on-
on social media?
Yes,
Yes,
and you
once
might
again.
have seen on Sonny's social media.
Yes.
He posted exactly the words that were said to him, which were outrageous.
It is outrageous. And what was said to Michael Fredericks as well is abominable. Like, it was so bad that in this day and age, people are writing this stuff. And, like, the guy that wrote it has been named and shamed now. And you're just like, you're putting your whole
Sucked
livelihood at... Yeah,
You
that's
don't,
right.
because
there will
that
be
was-
repercussions for him.
I mean, straight away, saying something like that, we've got social media policies here in our
Yeah.
workplace. I'm sure that most places do nowadays,
Yes.
and you will lose your job.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
I agree
And
with
you
that.
deserve
Job.
to. If
Because
you're
people
spouting
will-
that sort of hatred.
Because when you're named and shamed, they'll attach you
Yes.
to, and he works for this place, whatever,
Yep.
and then a week later on, that place will come up and say,
Yep.
this person no longer works with us. So whether you don't want to just pull your head in because it's the wrong thing to do, pull your head in because
Yeah.
you might not be able to provide for your family.
100%. This is Justin Longmuir talking on 7 News last night.
First of all, it was a bit of disbelief, and then, that quickly turned to disgust, to be honest. I just don't know how another human can say that to someone else. And, no one, let alone AFL footballers, should open their phone and look at social media and have to read that stuff. So, it's a bit disgusting, to be honest.
And there we go.
It felt like we were in the, 1920s. It was outrageous.
It's disgraceful.
I have
Outrageous.
never insulted anyone on social media.
No,
I
me
just
either.
would never do it
It's
because
just-
they can see who I am and
Yeah.
I'm too gutless. And also, I don't want to make someone feel really bad. I save my insults for my personal friends
And
through
doing it-
text messages.
and yes, or
And
face-to-face.
Thank you.
The old-fashioned way.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Let's talk about something that a lot of Australia is experiencing right now. And that is a slight issue at airports.
Nath, even in the paper today, 200 flights have been cancelled in and out of Perth Airport.
Yep.
Over
That's
school
cancelled.
holidays.
That's not delayed. That's
School holidays, man. You're trying to get out of here.
Unbelievable. So I had to fly up on Monday, fly to Kalgoorlie, on Monday morning, and then fly back yesterday morning, right?
Yep.
Yes.
And look, I made it there and stuff, but my flight was delayed. It was ridiculous. They're saying today, I think it's around 40% of flights are being delayed or cancelled at the moment.
That's a lucky dip when you turn up to the airport.
You now consider a delay lucky.
Yes.
Like lucky you didn't
I
get cancelled.
did, yeah.
It's amazing, isn't it?
That's
So I was flying Virgin to Kalgoorlie, and before the flight, our gate got changed 3 times. So just everyone in mass was getting up and moving, and then sitting down, and getting up and moving, then sitting down, and getting up and moving, then sitting down, which was super annoying. And that was delayed by around an hour. But yet I had the funeral on at 1 p.m. So I was just
you had a small window.
And I've been looking at the news thinking, oh my God, is this gonna be one of those things where I'm not going to be able to get there in time? Mind you, I got there an hour before the flight, so therefore I was at the airport for bloody like two hours.
And it's a Virgin domestic terminal.
And
it's not like there's a lot of options and things. Yeah.
But you have to get to the airport earlier anyway because you have to put up with the lines at baggage if you're checking your baggage.
And getting through security.
But then getting through security, which is more now. And then anyway, on the way back at the Kalgoorlie airport, the Qantas flight, that was delayed by about 40 minutes, which is the most frustrating thing because at the Kalgoorlie airport, the plane's right there. You're here. The plane's there. You know you just have to walk to it and walk up the stairs. There's no gate. There's no, corridor that takes you there.
Yeah, there's no air
bridge. That's the most
bridge.
frustrating when they're saying the flight's delayed. It's like
it's right there.
I can see the plane.
And it's not like there's a team of cleaners on it or anything.
And then the worst thing is, I thought, oh my God, because Mum and Dad, they ended up driving up so we could have because we couldn't get a hire car up. So they drove up on Sunday and then they dropped me off at the airport and then they were driving back to Kalgoorlie. And when my flight was delayed, I thought, oh my God, is this one of those things where it's going to keep getting delayed? Then I'm going to see that plane just take off.
Yeah.
Because it has to go to another flight. And then I was like, oh my God. Like, what if Mum and Dad...
What if you're stranded there?
What if Mum and Dad...
They just dumped you at the airport.
And I'm in Kalgoorlie.
there.
So I said to Dad, Dad, you might have to come back and get me. He goes, no, once I go past Coolgardie, that's it. I can't turn around.
Oh, it's not possible to turn around.
He said, so you need to...
There's no roundabout.
You're on your own.
Straight road along the pipeline, Nath. I'm not coming back.
It's pretty full on. And right now, I don't think any of us have been the people that have ever thought of getting flight insurance for a domestic flight.
Yes.
No.
Travel
But
insurance.
now
yeah,
is the
I know.
time to get travel insurance for domestic because you don't know what's going to happen to your hotel booking if you don't make it.
Yep.
It's
and if
unbelievable.
you booked other things, if you booked tours and things like that and prepaid for it, you need to be able to get a refund. And the best way to do that is with insurance. But it's like far out. That's rough.
So it's just a manpower issue at the moment. It seems to be.
Yeah, it seems to be. Yeah.
I
So
don't
just
know.
understaffing.
Look,
Yeah.
And all I know, and this is a dig at Alan Joyce, mate, ever since you took over, I don't know, your shareholders might be happy with what you're doing, but you've run that airline into the bloody ground.
It used to have such a great
He gets
reputation
paid
and
what?
it doesn't.
It's
Well, he lives in a $19 million house.
Which has just been egged and toilet papered. No wonder you've been egged and toilet papered.
Somebody's still waiting for their
I mean,
luggage,
but then
probably.
again, eggs are so expensive, I wouldn't waste the money
I
on the
know.
eggs.
Yeah, that's true.
And toilet paper as well.
I
We
know,
know
you
that we
never
need to
know.
keep that for a rainy day.
That's somebody who over bulk bought during the pandemic, isn't it?
I just want to give a shout out to a guy named Andy. He was in Meriden. Mum and Dad was so excited they got recognised at the petrol station in Meriden.
Oh, what a legit star spot in Meriden.
And Andy was very excited to meet them, and Mum and Dad were excited that he was excited. And then Andy said to Mum and Dad, "Oh, you're driving the Hyundai i20, eh? Well, that's a cool car."
Yeah.
And then we were talking about it being on fuel. And then Dad went into the servo, and then Andy proceeded to have a conversation with Mum. Andy, just letting you know, while you were talking to my mum, she really enjoyed the conversation, but she was about to pee herself because she was just trying to get to the toilet. And when you left, you'd talked to her for so long, and she got in such a state she couldn't actually stand up to get to the toilet.
She's still there, just in a puddle.
Buckled over in the Hyundai.
Also, Andy,
That's I-30,
if that's a, star spot, Andy, take
he said his
good hard
wife would
look at
be so
yourself.
jealous.
And his wife. Take a good hard look at yourself.
Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
We saw yesterday that David Noble got the arse from the North Melbourne Football Club.
No. Apparently he left of his own accord.
No, he didn't really say that, but there's some media reports.
A mutual agreement.
A mutual agreement. No, they said it's time. Time's up. You've won one game this season.
And he said, okay. So that was the mutual agreement.
I really find it, Ross Lyon used to say, people go, coaches get paid a lot of money, but Ross Lyon would always say that's because we get paid the danger money. At any stage, you get the flick.
There's no doubt about it that is the case, and that
there's no job security at all.
It's an unusual situation where they are, media pressure can cost you your job almost immediately.
And also just the general public saying you
Feedback.
should be fine.
Yes.
It's just
Exactly.
God, no wonder you'd have all your groceries delivered, wouldn't you?
I reckon it'd be so hard,
leaving
wouldn't
the
it?
house.
And the other thing is, you were made to do a press conference. So I remember
if you
Ross.
lose,
He went down to Henry at Jeffrey Oval, Nat, where Nat walks the dogs, and he did his doorstop there. And for David Noble, he had to forego wearing any North Melt. So fair income.
They made him wear civvies. Like
that's what they do. They
not
go,
one of us now.
So, you wear the North Melbourne top every time you're on TV because you've got to show the sponsors. The moment you get sacked, you are not allowed to wear that and you've got to wear a suit. And everything's got to be plain.
Oh, that is full on.
And then you've got to dust the
suit off.
questions. Why were you so bad, Nathan? That's the question coming at you left, right and centre. I feel it's so... it's a real kick in the
cruel.
Everyone right now, think about your own job, right? Okay, think about your own job. And you've had and everyone's had a couple of weeks of where they haven't done the best at their own job. And now imagine someone driving down the street, right? You're taking your dog for a walk. Someone's driving past. They've wound their window down and yelled, "You're shit!"
And then,
imagine.
And then you have to stand in front of a TV camera and explain why you've been so bad. That's just...
Imagine that.
When you break it down like that,
it's a weird
funny
world.
in a way. It's
They
funny in a
deserve
way.
all the money.
And I totally agree. The money's there, and that's the reason.
And
why
also,
the money's there.
it's a clearly a job that ages you dramatically. Everybody that we've seen take on a job, they go grey within
Mate, the hair
months.
goes
It's
white.
extraordinary.
It's crazy, yeah. On that though, so the North Melbourne Football Club have decided they need to make a move, and people are wondering how quickly they can turn it around. It's one of those things where, you'd imagine you're at rock bottom, but you don't know.
Yeah.
Until you get the people in place and the pillars are set in stone, then you don't know, okay, now we're at a place where we can build on.
Yep.
But you don't know if you've got the right pillars in place until you go through an exhaustive period where you're interviewing people and you hope that you've picked the right person, and therefore the steps forwards are faster than maybe what could be there.
How come then, traditionally, tipsters know this, that when a coach is sacked, almost always, or very frequently, the team manages to win the next week?
Yeah, but that's one game.
It's like a dead cat bounce, isn't it?
No, it's true, Nat. And a lot of people go, who are North Melbourne playing this week?
Yeah, I don't know, actually.
You have a look at that.
I'll find that out.
But maybe you tip them. But the reality is it's going to take them a while to be able to get their stuff together.
And that must break a coach's heart. If they're like, you could have done this when I was still coaching.
It's pretty funny, though.
I know, it is
It's just the last kick to the curb.
It's like, I've lost my job. And the team won. You're shit.
Exactly. So they reckon that the main thing is for the North Melbourne Football Club is to get a good surrounding team behind whoever they have as coach going forward. And David King, who is a former North Melbourne player, suggesting Ross Lyon, he believes, is the man.
Would he do it?
Ross the boss.
They're playing Hawthorn. Oh, no, that's next weekend. Hang on.
Ross didn't go grey, though, did he?
They're playing Richmond. They're playing
He made everyone else go grey around him.
Yeah, I was going to say. Because most ex-coaches, they're now appearing as Santa Clauses in most
that's right.
in most Westfields, aren't they?
So would you tip him against Richmond this weekend?
No, I wouldn't actually. No. But who knows? Funnier things have happened.
That's
but
true.
Good luck to the North Melbourne Football Club putting a team together. There's going to be a lot of people who changed position or maybe have moved on so they can start afresh and get the right team in there.
Shuffling the chairs on the deck chairs on the Titanic.
And they're hoping that they'll get some free hits from the AFL, some draft pick concessions to make sure that they're competitive in the short term.
The Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Nat, Elvis,
yes,
the movie,
yes,
has passed Peter Rabbit 2.
Yes.
To become the 10th highest grossing Australian film of all time.
Oh, because it was media.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
Okay, the Baz Luhrmann.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
taken
the Luhrmanns.
$22,124,882.
I mean, that's
in 20
great, but-
days in release.
But the cast and
I know,
crew of
that's
Peter
insane.
Rabbit 2 must be devastated.
I mean, imagine it. But imagine the cast and crew of Peter Rabbit 1. It's like, what did we do wrong?
Are they not
sequel
in the
got
top
us-
10 at all?
No, it's Peter Rabbit 2.
Peter Rabbit 2 got all the
Oh, I
all
don't
the
know.
attention.
To be honest, I just made that up. But Peter Rabbit, it's all about Peter Rabbit 2. And usually a sequel's not as good as
No,
Peter
that's
Rabbit 1.
famously-
I've seen Peter Rabbit 1 and I had
I
a
never
great
saw
time.
it. I never saw Peter
I
Rabbit
have
2.
not seen Peter Rabbit 2.
Ellie?
All right.
What's the plot line for Peter Rabbit?
Well, there's rabbits and there's... They
I
do
think in
something
in number
again.
2 they went to the city.
Did they go to the... so wait there. Okay, we go. Here's the top 10 Australian films. All right.
Can I guess? Australia?
Okay, number one.
Mad Max.
Of all time.
All time.
No. That's not a...
Oh, yeah, Crocodile Dundee.
Crocodile Dundee.
Okay, number 2. Natalie.
Red Dog?
No. Number 2.
Ooh.
We saw it. We went and did an interview for it.
Australia.
It was terrible. Yep, thank you. Australia. Number 3. We
Kenny.
just hate some.
Breakfast,
Sweethearts,
bacon, eggs. What?
Bacon. Babe.
Oh, yes, yes. Foot Rot Flats. Foot Rot Flats, is that in there?
No.
Number 4 is, and I didn't know this was Australian, Happy Feet.
Oh, yeah, right. The
Penguin
Penguins.
Dancers.
Penguins.
Oh, it's a
Number
bit of
5
stretch.
is Lion. That was Nicole Kidman and that
Yes.
adoption story.
Terrific movie.
Number 6.
Oh, yes.
Number 6, Lady Marmalade.
Oh,
Moulin Rouge.
Moulin Rouge.
Moulin Rouge. Number 7, The Great Gatsby.
Yeah,
Another
so
Baz.
a lot of Baz Luhrmann, yeah.
Okay, number 8, Peter Rabbit.
Oh,
Number 1. Oh, sorry.
number 8.
Peter Rabbit,
Yeah, the
just
first Peter Rabbit.
Yeah, Peter Rabbit. Number 9, Crocodile Dundee. 2.
Two.
2?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was
he
a
in
terrible
New York
movie,
then,
by the
remember?
way.
And number 10 is Elvis.
Wow.
Wow.
There you go.
Weather-wise,
Not
top at
bad.
22 and sunny today. 20 in showers tomorrow and the next day. Ellie, what's happening on the road?
Happy Feet was Australian.
I don't know Babe was Australian either.
Oh, of course.
Babe,
What'd you
yeah.
say? What?
Babe.
Babe. I don't know Babe was Australian.
Babe.
The father's
Babe.
wife is Magda Zubanski.
Oh, yeah. Well, to be honest, it was traumatic for me.
Why?
I don't know.
Oh, because of the animal welfare.
Okay, Tash.
You can put your clothes back on.
This is Nathan, Nat and Sean.
Time to get a very special guest on the show.
For a very special reason.
Definitely.
Oh, yes. The main man, Mark McGowan, has a birthday today. Good morning, Premier.
Thank you. Thank you for remembering.
Happy birthday, Premier.
Well, remember it.
well
We have it
done.
tattooed on us, so we know.
It's for some reason it seems to come around every year.
It's
Yeah,
weird,
it's
isn't
weird.
it?
How young are we?
I was born in 1967. I'll put it that way.
Oh, say 84.
Okay, now you want us to do the maths. And you know you've stumped us straight away, don't you?
I knew Nathan would get a calculator out.
Hey, Mark, with birthdays, I always think to myself, I never do much at home and stuff like that,
I
other
hate
than going to mum and
birthdays.
dad and having, dinner or whatever. But every year I kind of think, maybe we should celebrate a birthday. So do you put it down on the low-key version, or do you think, about time someone celebrates me and let's do something?
No, I'm like you. Okay.
Yeah, I can't
Low
stand
key.
birthdays.
Now, Mark,
Yeah.
I don't want to fuss.
well, I'm looking at who you share a celebrity birthday with
Yeah.
because, I mean, Nathan, famously Paula Abdul
And Macklemore.
and Macklemore.
Yes.
Do you know who you share your birthday with?
No, I don't.
It's an amazing lineup. I'm going
hear
to
it.
throw some names at
All
you.
right.
Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart. Oh, my
X-Men,
gosh.
X-Men.
Well, yes, it's his Charles Xavier and also his
Star
Jean-Luc
Trek.
Picard.
Harrison Ford.
Harrison
Oh,
Ford.
yeah. Well, there's a good comparison.
Indiana Jones,
Yeah,
married
yeah.
to Callista Flockhart.
David Hasselhoff.
Dave, the
Oh,
Hoff.
well, there's a comparison of if I've
That's
ever
right.
heard
There's
one.
a real comparison.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Here's a
great man.
comparison.
He's a
Premier.
great man. Yep.
George Clooney.
Oh, well, I mean...
Oh, dear.
I mean,
Man,
have they
special
ever been in
guy.
the same room as each other?
Yeah,
They
no,
haven't,
you
and I
couldn't-
wonder why.
You couldn't pick the
me,
difference.
the Hoff, Harrison, and Clooney in the same room.
I mean,
Exactly.
seriously.
The four of us.
Yeah.
How'd the
Extraordinary.
lineup
Wow.
out the door be?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So okay, Mark. There's a movie of your life, right? There's a movie of your life. Who's going to play it? The Hoff, George Clooney, or who was the other one?
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford. Go.
I'd go Clooney.
Yeah,
You'd
you
have
would,
to.
wouldn't you?
Because you look the most alike.
We are very similar, and we're probably the closest in age.
Yeah. Very distinguished.
That's true.
So
That's
you're going
true.
for a Chinese meal tonight?
Harrison could be my dad.
Yeah,
What was
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Who was-
I was going to
Anyone
throw
else?
in, are you going, I'll change the tact on you.
Yes.
I'm just going to ask if you celebrate. I mean, locally,
Celebrating in
obviously, but
traditional
yeah,
style.
Traditional Chinese meal tonight.
I think that's what we're doing. Yeah. So we've got some relatives coming around with some Chinese. I think that's pretty much it.
A lot
some wine.
of a lot of husbands expect a bit of extra attention from their partners on their birthday night. Anything going down?
That's the Chinese food.
Oh, you're getting the number 69, are you?
Lemon chicken
all the way.
Lemon chicken.
Now, Premier, you and I did something in common over the last few weeks. And the number, if I had $1 for every time somebody said to me, were you on the flight with Mark McGowan? Because I went to Rome as well, exactly the same night as you, except I went the Povo one via Dubai, whereas you were on the direct flight. How did you enjoy your time in Italy?
Yeah, it was good. Did lots of good events. Did lots of sort of tourism promotion events with Qantas and with our tourism people. We did
It's pretty hot, wasn't it?
A lot of that. It was about 35 degrees, and because it's all cement and cobblestones, it was very hot. I didn't see you. It's a funny thing.
It's weird, isn't it?
I did a bit of walking around. There's a lot of tourists around that place.
Yeah.
I didn't get invited to any of those functions, weirdly.
That's weird, Nat.
No, actually, if I'd known, I would have got you an invite. But we did lots of those events. I did meetings with business partners.
Oh, God, that would have been boring.
Yeah, they sound awful.
That's right, when people go over for a junket and they go, better go and see someone.
Yeah, to justify. Have a picture, go and get some gelato.
I do it all the time.
We had a huge group of West Australian tourism operators over there doing promotions.
Yeah.
So I did some stuff with them.
Oh, yeah.
But I'd never been there before. It's obviously an amazing place, Rome.
Oh,
No,
yeah, it's
never
amazing.
been
The history is ridiculous, isn't it? Everything's just so amazingly old.
Hey,
When you're standing there and you're looking at something that's built 2,000 years ago and you're thinking, how the hell? You couldn't do it now.
what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Get down and check out the bell tower.
So iconic.
Hey, there's a video floating around of you talking about how beneficial the bell tower will be for Perth.
Yeah,
remember?
weren't you a nerd back then? It was
You
extraordinary.
were such a nerd.
I don't think I was saying that. I think I was saying the opposite. But anyway, that's just an impersonator, that guy. Whoever that guy.
Safe to say you blossomed late.
You did. You've really stepped into your Clooney at the right time, haven't you?
True.
Yeah. What have you got any Christmas? Oh, sorry, have you got any birthday presents
late
today?
bloomer.
Any
I still haven't got to my best yet.
Oh, so the best is yet to come, you
No.
think?
That's it. I haven't opened any yet. No.
What did you want? What do you want?
I always like a nice tie.
And that's a bit boring, isn't it?
Jesus.
Wow.
But I agree. You have to
Aim
wear one
higher.
all the time, so
Yeah.
whatever.
What's
but
a nice tie, though? How much is a nice tie?
Well, they can be cheap. It's just as long as they're nice.
Oh, okay, money. How much is a nice tie? Let's be honest. What do you?
About $50. $50
Oh,
bucks.
shut
You get a
up,
good tie.
Mark. You don't wear $50 ties, do you?
He's from
he goes to
Rockingham.
Rockingham Forum, mate.
60 bucks.
David Gray.
I don't know. You can go to Myer and you can get them on special.
Yeah.
You know.
What's the most expensive tie you've got? Be honest.
I actually don't know. Maybe $51.
He's such a liar.
I don't know.
Why do you lie to the people? I can't.
I
handle
don't
it.
know. I don't know how much my ties are worth.
Oh, okay.
Surely you were popping into Armani and everything while you're, in Italy, yeah?
Probably enough, no. But I can't remember what I did.
Yeah.
Sounds dodgy.
Yeah. What happens in Rome stays in Rome, you know what I mean?
That's it.
Nat talked about the
I wish I'd
gelato
known
all
you
the
were there.
time.
I would have invited you. There's a few things I noticed about Italy, and I don't want to offend Italian people, but I actually think our coffee's better.
I've actually heard that before too.
Ooh, I did have a lot of good coffee, though, to be honest. Yeah, I think it depends. You've got to know what to order.
Okay, so
Yeah.
what did you think of the pizza?
I didn't eat any pizza. I ate lasagna.
Oh, was
Okay,
the
was that
lasagna amazing?
Oh, lasagna was good, yeah.
Okay.
And,
What about how much gelato did you eat? Because I worked my way through.
I didn't have any gelato. I just
my
had lasagna each and every meal. I think it's part of my upbringing.
I
My
love
dad used to
lasagna.
make it.
Yeah.
I went
love
to
it.
Italy, did not eat lasagna once.
Yeah.
Mark, how does your wife go cooking lasagna, knowing that you just said that your dad, he was the king of lasagna, so to speak, and living up to those levels? Because I reckon my grandma Mac would always cook the best roast. My mum cooks a good one, but you always
You can never quite match
you know what I mean?
It's always been a major point of contention.
Yeah, in your household,
it's terrible. We don't mention it. But my dad's My dad used to make it. It was brilliant when I was a kid, so I've always had a bit of a soft spot for it.
And she's never come close?
No, well, late bloomer.
Late bloomer. Oh, she's the Amal, is she?
She may yet come good.
So how much are the flights? Now we can fly straight to Rome, obviously.
Yeah, that's right.
How much are we parting with to be able to do that? Because it sounds
don't
pretty
ask him; he won't know. He didn't pay.
I think it was about 1,800 from memory.
Nah, it's more than that. Don't be ridiculous. And you were up the pointy end. Come on, you've got no idea.
Yeah, I think it was 1,800 to 2,000. I think it was.
You and your mate Elbow flying around. Isn't it so funny that people are calling Elbow Anthony Overseasy? That's a really funny nickname. That's funny.
Whereas you only get McClown. Which is a bit boring.
How do you feel about McClown? Because I just think it's so. I know that I don't even think it's clever.
Because you can't even juggle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the people are saying it. It's affectionate. They're saying it in affectionate way.
Keep telling yourself that. It's your birthday. We'll let you think that for a little bit longer. Okay?
That's a little nerd coming out of you, isn't it?
Clowns are fun, aren't they?
It's been nice. It's been nice.
Well, happy birthday, mate.
Yes.
We are wishing you the best for today. Hope you have a cracker.
Great to talk to you guys.
That was Mark McGowan, everybody.
Birthday boy. Thanks for joining us, Mark.
The crusty of Perth.
No worries. Bye-bye.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.